Welcome back to another episode of Giraffes Wear Math Socks. I'm your host, Mr. Cavener, and as you can tell, things probably look a little bit different. My computer's in the shop, and so I'm having to use a different computer, and so I had to bring my setup home. So coming to you live from the man cave. But let's get into what we're actually supposed to be talking about today, and that is perimeter and area. So hopefully we can knock out the easy parts of it first. And this is a skill you should have been using, for several years here. So this shouldn't be a long study. It should be just a refresher. And yet, this is something that people tend to sometimes have trouble with because they get things mixed up. So let's try to break this down as easy as we possibly can. So the biggest thing here, difference between area and perimeter. Okay, we're going to find area by if they give us the actual box, then we can find it by counting each individual box. Or we can also find it by doing length times width and multiplying the sides. So as for this box, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 by 10. Right? So we can say 4 times 10 is 40, and if I counted up all the boxes, I would get 40 units there. And so since it is area, I'm going to always have square units, and we'll talk about that in class why that is. But since this is just an introduction video, I'm just going to leave it at that. Perimeter is going to be just talking about the rim or the outer rim. Okay, and that's how we try to remember that is it has the word rim in it. And if you think about basketball, the rim is just the outside of the goal. Okay, so what you're trying to score into, it's just the outside. You don't talk about the inside when you're talking about the rim. It's just the outer part, that metal piece. And perimeter is just units. So if we're dealing with inches, it's just inches. Whereas area, it would be inches squared. So let's just go in and try to knock out some of these questions. It says, find the area and perimeter of the rectangle at the right. Let me try to get this shadow. I can't help. Okay, so here's our rectangle on the right. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4 unit by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that means this one is also going to be 6, and this one is also going to be 4. Okay, so we're doing area first. That's going to be 6 times 4, which is 24 square units. Perimeter is going to be 6 plus 6 is 12. 4 plus 4 is 8. 12 plus 8 is going to give me 20 units. Now, the biggest mistake people make when they do this is they count the boxes, and what they'll do is they'll count it twice. And so if I were to do this, we know the correct answer is 20 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So notice I was 16 short, or I was 4 short. Well, why is that? That's because they're counting these blocks right here only one side. So it would be like just counting the 4 and counting these with 4, but then not counting this as part of the 6. These end pieces count for 2 sides of the wall. Therefore, we have to count those twice. So we do that by saying, okay, well, I know this is a 6, this is a 6, this is a 4, this is a 4. If we add up those 4 numbers, then we don't have to worry about that. So the biggest mistake people make is just counting around in a circle because they're always going to be 4 short, whatever it is, because they're not going to get that block, both sides of it. Look at the rectangle in problem 1. Draw a rectangle with the same area but a different perimeter. So same area but a different perimeter. So our answer here for the area was 24 square units. So I needed something that's going to be the exact same. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And I know the number 24, so I'm looking for two numbers that multiply together to get 24 that are different than 6 and 4. Got any ideas? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Oh, did you say 12 and 2? All right, that's what I thought. Yes, there are others, but that's the one I'm going to go with here. So 12 by 2 rectangle would give me an area of 24 square units, but it would have a perimeter of 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 units. So yes, that would work. So that would be 28 units. Okay, look at the look at the rectangle in problem 1. Draw a rectangle with the same perimeter, but a different area. Okay, so what was the perimeter? 20? So we need something that has the same perimeter as 20, but a different area. Okay, I'm gonna have to think here. 20, and what do we use? What about, okay, if I did an 8 and an 8, that give me to 16. So let's make this closer for it to be believable. What is that? 8 by 8 and a 2 by 2. So our perimeter would be 8 plus 8 is 16. 2 plus 2 is 4. 16 plus 4 would be 20. So I'd have the same perimeter, but my area would be 8 times 2 would be 16 units squared. Okay, let's look at one more. Okay. Look at the shape below. Find the area and perimeter of the shapes. This is an odd shape. So what I like to do in odd shapes like this is break them up into things that I can work with. So I'm going to break this up here and here. So I'll turn it into 3 shapes, and then I'm just going to add it up at the end when we do area. So, but for my perimeter, let's see, we have a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I have 2 6s, 4 4s, 2 2s. So 2 6s is 12. 4 4s is 16. 2 2s is 4. So I got my 4 4s, my 2 6. Okay, that's everything. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 32 for my perimeter. Now I'm going to do my area by 3 boxes and then add them together. So this would be a 4 by 2, which would be 8. This would be a 4 by 2, which would also be 8. And this would be a 6 by 2, which would be 12. So 28 square units. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 square units. All right, so that's just a quick introduction into perimeter and area, and we'll hit the ground running on Monday with that. So enjoy your weekend. Look forward to seeing you on Monday. Peace.